Have you ever wondered how a seemingly harmless bedtime habit could be silently endangering your life? Last night, a 74-year-old man passed away peacefully in his sleep, leaving behind not only a grieving family, but also a cautionary tale for anyone over 70. In today's narrative, I will guide you through the subtle, yet dangerous bedtime habits that could be affecting your health, and why it is essential to reassess our nightly routines as we age. This is a story that is both a tribute and a warning, a call to action for those who are in the later chapters of life. It all began on a cool autumn evening when the tranquility of the night was shattered by an unexpected tragedy. A beloved elderly gentleman, whose life had been marked by resilience and quiet strength, succumbed to what might seem like a natural end. However, experts now suggest that certain bedtime habits, often overlooked in our daily routines, may contribute to serious health risks, especially after the age of 70. As we dive deeper into this narrative, we will explore 4 specific habits that should be avoided at night to help safeguard one's health during these golden years. The first habit to examine is the consumption of heavy meals right before bed. As we age, our metabolism slows, and the body's ability to efficiently process food diminishes. Imagine lying down with a full stomach, the digestive system working overtime while the body tries to rest. This condition can lead to acid reflux, a disruptive sleep cycle, and increased stress on the heart. In our story, the man's routine had included a late dinner, a rich, hearty meal that may have overloaded his digestive system just as his body was preparing for rest. Over time, this practice can weaken the heart and exacerbate underlying conditions, silently increasing the risk of fatal outcomes. Nutritionists and gerontologists alike emphasize the importance of a light, easily digestible meal, ideally consumed at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. In this way, the body can focus on rejuvenation rather than struggling to digest a heavy burden. Following the dangers of late heavy meals is the habit of irregular sleep patterns. Sleep is not merely a state of rest. It is the body's time to heal, repair, and prepare for another day. For those over 70, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule is crucial. In our narrative, the man had a habit of fluctuating sleep times, sometimes retiring early and other times staying up much later than usual. Such inconsistencies disrupt the body's internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm plays a critical role in regulating various bodily functions, including heart rate, blood pressure, and even hormone release. When the circadian rhythm is thrown off balance, the body's repair processes may falter, leading to a weakened immune system, higher blood pressure, and an increased risk of cardiac events. Many medical experts advise setting a strict sleep schedule to ensure that the body receives the restorative sleep it desperately needs. By doing so, one can reduce the chances of sudden health declines and create a more robust defense against potential nighttime emergencies. The third bedtime habit that can spell danger is the excessive use of electronic devices before sleep. In an era dominated by smartphones, tablets, and television screens, many seniors have become inadvertently entangled in the web of modern technology. The blue light emitted by these devices is known to interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals our body it's time to sleep. In the case of the elderly gentleman, his nightly routine included watching television and occasionally scrolling through his smartphone, activities that extended well into the hours before he was supposed to drift off. This exposure not only delays the onset of sleep, but also decreases the overall quality of sleep. For older adults, whose sleep architecture is already prone to fragmentation, this disruption can be particularly harmful. It can lead to sleep disorders, increased stress, and a weakened heart. Healthcare professionals now recommend minimizing screen time at least an hour before bedtime, and instead engaging in calming activities such as reading a book or listening to soothing music. This simple change can pave the way for a deeper, more restorative sleep and reduce the strain on the heart and other vital organs. The fourth and final habit that merits our attention is the overuse of stimulants and sedatives at bedtime. It is not uncommon for seniors to rely on medications and supplements to help them fall asleep or stay awake during the day. However, both stimulants like caffeine and certain over-the-counter sleep aids or prescription sedatives carry their own risks when misused. The story of our departed gentleman reveals a pattern of using such substances to regulate his sleep cycle. While these aids might offer temporary relief, their long-term effects can be detrimental. Excessive caffeine consumption, even in the afternoon, can cause insomnia, elevated heart rate, and heighten blood pressure. On the other hand, sedatives might initially promote sleep, but over time, they can lead to dependency, reduced sleep quality, and even respiratory issues. Doctors caution that seniors should aim for natural sleep hygiene practices rather than relying on chemical aids. Instead of reaching for a pill, it is often more beneficial to develop a calming pre-sleep ritual that does not involve substances that may further compromise heart health or overall well-being. As we reflect on the man's life, it becomes apparent that each of these habits, seemingly innocuous on their own, can have a cumulative effect on an aging body. The evening meal, taken too close to bedtime, may not have been harmful in isolation, but when combined with erratic sleeping patterns, excessive screen time, and the misuse of sleep aids, it becomes a dangerous cocktail. This narrative is not meant to alarm, but rather to educate. It highlights the importance of re-examining our everyday behaviors and recognizing that our bodies change as we age. What might have worked in our 50s or 60s may no longer be appropriate once we cross the threshold into our 70s and beyond. Understanding these dangers is only the first step. It is equally important to take actionable measures to mitigate these risks. For instance, planning meals earlier in the day can help ease the burden on the digestive system at night. Adopting a regular sleep schedule, where the body is conditioned to expect rest at a certain time each night, can fortify the natural healing processes that occur during sleep. Similarly, setting aside electronic devices well before bedtime can reduce the interference with the body's natural rhythms, paving the way for deeper, more restorative rest. Finally, consulting with a healthcare professional about the appropriate use of stimulants or sedatives can provide guidance tailored to one's individual health needs, ensuring that these substances do not inadvertently cause more harm than good. The story of the 74-year-old man who died in his sleep serves as a poignant reminder that the small, daily choices we make can have far-reaching consequences, especially as we age. It challenges us to think critically about our routines and to consider whether our habits are truly conducive to a long and healthy life. In a way, his passing becomes a powerful message, urging others to embrace changes that might seem minor but could ultimately make the difference between a peaceful night's sleep and an untimely departure from this world. Each night, as we prepare for sleep, we have the opportunity to renew our bodies and minds, to allow the day's wear and tear to fade into the quiet rejuvenation of rest. But this process can only be effective if we create the right conditions for it. Our lifestyles must adapt to the evolving needs of our bodies, and our bedtime rituals should be aligned with the natural rhythms that govern our health. It is a delicate balance, a dance between the habits we've known for decades and the new practices that are essential for longevity in our later years. This narrative is a call to action for anyone over the age of 70 or those who care for them. It is a reminder that while the passage of time is inevitable, the choices we make can empower us to live our later years with vibrancy and peace. Reflect on your own nightly habits. Are you consuming heavy meals too close to bedtime? Is your sleep schedule erratic, undermining your body's natural restorative processes? Are you inadvertently allowing the glow of screens to disrupt your sleep? And are you relying too heavily on chemical aids to get through the night? These questions are not meant to cause guilt, but to encourage a thoughtful review of your lifestyle. In the wake of this somber story, let us take the lessons it offers to heart. Let us commit to making changes that honor our health and well-being. Changes that could very well be the difference between life and death. The choices you make at bedtime are not trivial. They are the foundation upon which you build your future. As you lay your head down tonight, remember that every small decision counts. By avoiding these 4 detrimental bedtime habits, eating heavy meals too late, maintaining irregular sleep patterns, using electronic devices excessively before sleep, and overusing stimulants or sedatives, you can create a safer, more nurturing environment for your body to heal and rejuvenate. This is not merely a story of loss. It is a story of hope and renewal. It is a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, there is an opportunity to learn and to change. May this narrative inspire you to take charge of your nightly routines, to embrace habits that protect and nurture your health, and to ensure that your later years are filled with vitality and peace. Remember, each night is a new beginning, a chance to let go of old habits and to welcome a future where you can rest easy and live well. If you have found this video helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. It helps us immensely. If you think you know someone that may benefit from this advice, please share the video. Until next time, wishing you a long, happy, healthy life.